Nobody's here.
Perhaps Greg stepped out.
Let's see if we can find anything to link Greg to the diamonds.
What are you doing here?
These yours, Mr. Young?
You're not going anywhere.
You are the brother of Brian Young, the diamond thief, aren't you? But more than that, you're also his uncaught accomplice in the theft.
Yeah, I was. I drove the getaway car. But Brian was the one carrying the loot, and he hid the diamonds without telling me where he put them. Then he got arrested.
How did you manage to find them?
Well, Brian was practical enough to know that if anything happened to him while he was locked up, one of us should enjoy the benefit of them. So he left coded instructions in his will as to where I could find them.
So why this elaborate setup with the hollowed-out buoys and transmitters?
Well, I couldn't just spend the things on the street. I found a smuggling organization in Canada, willing to move the diamonds overseas and deposit the money in a Swiss bank account. Hiding small groups of diamonds in lobster buoys that could be picked up by them was the safest way to make the drops.
Is that where Peter Hammond came in?
Yeah. He answered my ad looking for someone to help collect data for the lobster study. While I fitted his buoys with the tracking transmitters, I also hollowed out a space inside to hold the diamonds.
And Peter, did he have any idea that you were using him?
Not a clue. At least, not until he came to the lab that night and caught me stuffing one of his hollowed-out buoys with diamonds.
How did Billy fit into all of this?
Before Peter could ask what I was doing, he heard Billy calling his name. I guess he'd follow him so he could ask for a raise. Anyway, I hid when I heard Billy coming.
So you saw Billy and Peter argue and fight then?
I saw the whole thing. Billy knocked Peter flat. And once Billy was gone, I took advantage of the opportunity to get rid of a serious liability.
In other words, you broke a cylinder and stabbed Peter in the back with it, killing him before he could regain consciousness. And then you moved his body back to the Cornelia using your cart.
I knew Billy would be the prime suspect, but things got complicated when Andy hauled one of Peter's traps and accidentally found a shipment of diamonds inside the float.
Apparently, Andy was helping Jim Price stock Peter's traps with lobsters to make it look like he was catching more than he actually was.
Not a bad scheme. Anyway, since the diamonds were in one of the buoys with my transmitter, Andy figured out that the diamonds came from me. He blackmailed me into letting him take Peter's place here and get the diamonds for himself.
He used them to pay off a loan.
Well, maybe they helped him financially, but I couldn't afford to have a blackmailer as a partner.
So you killed him with the boat hook from the Cornelia and spread some toothpicks around in hopes of redirecting suspicion at Billy Hammond. Unfortunately for you, you were the only logical killer.
Greg, you're looking at a very long prison sentence. You might be able to get a shot at a slightly more comfortable cell if you help us go after your Canadian contacts. You sure you want to do this, Billy? It could be dangerous.
My uncle died for this. Let's chart our course.
This is the place.
Okay, get that buoy ready to drop overboard. Keep your hands where we can see them. You are under arrest for the illegal trafficking of stolen property.
You did a good job, Billy. Your uncle would have been proud.